are so powerful already. But that also is a matter of, you could argue it's indeed a very, very strong combo, such as Nina plus Shadow Demon. But it's like, you're smoking, if it doesn't work, you have a deficit on quite a bad game, but if it works, one smoking into the next smoking, suddenly your game can snowball really hard. So it's like, it's also somewhat luck on how you react on a lane if your game works out or not.
Well, we're going to find out who's going to take the series. It is time for our last game of the evening, Alliance taking on No Logic Gaming, Game 2 with Odie Pixel and Draskell. Indeed, thank you very much. We're back with NLG versus Alliance, and the game has begun. Game 2 of the series with myself, Odie Pixel and Draskell. Let's get ourselves into it so we can see what's going down. And so, the drafts. Andy, are you liking a bit of the old Spider Howl action?
I thought you were going to ask if I was liking the Lycan. You had an easy punt opportunity there on. Or was it too easy for you?
You're always the more comedic of the two of us.
I don't know if that's true, but I'll take it for now at least. I like the overall draft of Alliance because it can apply a tremendous amount of pressure.
Yep.
And the other thing too is outside of like straight up duel or a shackle, I suppose they don't really have a ton of lockdown for the Lycan, which I think can also be to your benefit. And let's not forget Howl can be ridiculous with Broodmother. So that part, I think the NLG are going to have to look out for. How well can they handle this Brood in the early game? We have seen Necrophos in the past. Actually, I think you and I casted a game where it was a Necrophos Brood lane. And if the Necrophos gets ahead, it's actually very difficult for the Brood to go for anything because Sadist just keeps you in the lane forever with Death Pulse, and you can kill the Broodlings with relative ease. Like, you're never going to get overwhelmed. So I'm curious to see if it's going to be the Necrophos or if it's going to be the LC that match up against it. But given the way the lanes are shaping up, I think it's more likely to be Garter.
Okay, of course the notable thing as well is the fact that we're seeing Excalibur once again on that Wind Ranger. We've already seen such an insane performance from the man today. This time he is going to be having to do it up against the Quap. We've kind of talked about the matchup over there. I mean, would you agree, is this going to be S4 with the advantage on the Quap, or is this a pretty nice lane for the Wind Ranger?
I think this is, again, very player skill dependent. It's similar to me like the Shadow Fiend versus Wind Ranger matchup. If you're landing your raises, you win. Same thing with S4. If he can find the opportunities when Power Shot is down, he can make the favorable trade, but that is strictly 1 versus 1, whereas right now, that's not going to be the case. Alliance are trying to give S4 the best start they can. And top lane as well.
And large strike onto Mitch here. They're going to look for the body blocks, but Mitch with that boosted speed will be able to get himself back out of the lane. And nonetheless, we're seeing the pressure already from Alliance in the mid and in the top. It's going to be interesting to see what the side of NLG can achieve on this bottom lane, with the fact that they have got the two of them down at the moment, both the Tusk and the Dazzle supporting up Garter and his Necrophos. So Bulldog's, he's got to be pretty careful down in this bottom lane.
Yeah, it's very easy for him to die. If he loses his pathing, like free pathing with the red buff, and he gets hit by an ice shards into a heal, it can just be a straight up kill. Because at level 1, the Dazzle heal hits 3 targets, including himself. So if you get all 3 in the snowball and you land on top of him, that's probably half your health gone just from the heal. So it is very, very dangerous.
I mean, in terms of both of the off lanes, do you feel it's going to be a harder lane for Bulldog here than it is for the Legion in the top lane?
No, I think Bulldog has an easier time.
Okay.
The thing is, with Alliance's tri-lane, if the LC is not at full health and he gets nightmared, there's a good chance he can just die, because he'll probably save Howl for 1 or 2 things. He'll use it for a kill on mid with like S4 versus Excalibur, or he'll use it to just kill the LC. And I think the Howl damage pretty much totally negates having a Stout Shield in the early game, or, well, not totally, but almost. And I think that can be enough to get Mitch killed in the situation. Whereas Bulldog, he can just sit under his tower. He's level 3 already. Mitch is level 1. So Alliance are doing a much better job at zoning at this point, and Bulldog on the Brood, he can be a huge nuisance.
You're already seeing Excalibur in the mid lane having a really tough time, getting very, very low to the harassment of S4. And he's going to have to kind of slow down his ball progression. They did have to back up and get a cell ferried out to him. So mid lane at the moment looking very good for S4 on the quad.
Yeah, he did pop, I think, Howl once or twice already.
Yeah.
Just trying to help out that middle lane matchup. And that's one thing, too, that you always have to keep in mind is you don't have to rotate a hero for that. It just happens. So that's just one of the benefits of picking this style. And I think that Alliance are going to be looking to just blow up towers as soon as Loda has the necessary items to do so. And the other thing, too, is it's going to be super easy for this team to Rosh. They're going to have a Vlad's builder and Lycan. Or, I mean, he doesn't have to build Vlad's, but it's very common to do so. And then you just get Roshan for free, pretty much, as long as tier 1s are down.
Yeah, Rosh is definitely going to be on the menu here for Alliance. And I mean, in terms of kind of the overall game plan, we saw NLG before with this kind of core lineup of the Necro and the Wind Ranger getting a lot of early momentum. I mean, if this lineup doesn't get that at the start, do you feel it's going to be quite hard for them to bring it back if Alliance and themselves are able to get ahead of NLG?
I think that their lineup is kind of... The LC, I think, needs to do a lot,
Yeah.
but he's also not being put in a position where he can. I think he needs to win a lot of duels. If he's ahead of the Lycan in terms of, like, 1v1 potential, you can have a very strong counter to Lycan, because not many heroes can sit there and just hit him. Bottom lane, I'm going to see a snowball here. Not going to do too much. Actually, he's just going to TP away. Okay. Interesting plays. But... as I was saying, LC is one of those heroes where if you're on equal terms or ahead of the Lycan, it can be great. But if you're behind, every time you duel, you're going to require a shallow grave, I think, in this game. But they do have the nice combo of lane to Reaper it too.
S4 and Excalibur 1v1ing. There's going to be S4 coming out on top. Excalibur's got to be very careful here. This is moving himself away, should be alright. He has got the bottle on its way back out. So very close though, bring himself down to 18 HP.
Middle tower.
And still proving to be quite a tough lane here for this Wind Ranger. And it's definitely not as easy as the time that Excalibur was having earlier on today against Yoko and his SF. Definitely
not. But Queen is also seen as a earlier lane dominator than Shadow Fiend by a pretty wide margin. You have a much smaller base damage difference between the two. In fact, I think Queen might have a little bit of an advantage in that regard. Can't remember. Seems like right now... yeah, they both have the same amount of stat items, and Queen still hits for a lot more considering it's only a 1 level difference.
You gotta be careful, Excalibur, because there is a Sonic Wave online now. S4 might not even need it here as he forces back Excalibur. And I think that's the kill. The ball at the moment is back. He's the... damn it, yeah, that's enough. He's dead. He's dead. S4, I mean, this lane has kind of gone to pot here now for Excalibur. 16 for 3 against the 29 for 8 of S4. This is a very good lead for Alliance in the early game.
I'm actually kind of surprised he let himself die like that. He had to have known Shadow Strike was level 2, right? Like, there's no way you eat that like 2 or 3 times and not realize it. Well, either way, Alliance is going to be pretty happy with that exchange. They're also farming very well on the Lycan. Queen is pretty much free farm at this point.
Yeah.
Like 32 CS, compare that to 17, man, that is a beating.
And he's just going to be so careful. The fact that Israel didn't need the Sonic Wave for that kill, he still got it. I mean, he's going to... just... this is such a hard lane for Excalibur. It almost feels like he needs someone to come and help him. He has a Dazzle there. And Dazzle's going to be there with his defensive capabilities, but in terms of just kind of forcing S4 back, it's going to be hard to do so with the two of them. And S4 just having a free reign here, and as you said, likewise we load on that top lane and we welcome.
What is NLG's counterplay to this? Like, a Tusk gank is not really that scary for a Queen unless the snowball guarantees a shackle, right? Like, that's the point where you're in some immediate danger, but that's a very hard thing to execute, and their other hero is defensive, so it's not like Dazzle is going to be helping a tremendous amount here. They need the Tusk and the Dazzle to be together to land the snowball healing wave combo, and I don't know if they're okay with doing that because Bulldog is still getting a lot out of this bottom lane. He is level 6 already. It's only 6.5 minutes in. He can now go to the jungle and freely farm if he wants to. In the past, we've seen him even go mid and try to gank.
At the same time, though, worth noting that on the bottom lane, Garter he's having a great time on the Necro. In terms of CS, he's been perfect. It is just the fact that the relevant offlaner certainly having a better time than the Legion, at least in terms of farm. Legion at the moment only managed to farm 4 CS on that top lane. And Bulldog just being Bulldog here in the jungle. There's a lot of spiderlings as well, so if they wanted to go for some kind of howl action, how many points has Loda got in the howl? Was he prioritising here?
No, I don't think so. He's missed this one.
Okay, just one at the moment.
It's super standard, like
that's a look. Oh God!
Get out of there!
Get out of there, Milan. It's
when spiders
pretty
attack.
Scary. I mean, that's a lot of plus damage. What was it, Milan? Plus 14 or what is it?
It's not for the minions. The minions only get 5.
Oh yes, okay. Yeah, it's +5 per minion. But that's a lot of minions. I mean,
if it was 14, dear God, that would be banned every game. Yeah. Every broodling would be hitting for 32 damage. That is insane.
but even with just the +5, it's
still a
more
lot.
than enough for supports to just tuck their tails and run.
I think they actually changed it at some point. I think it used to just be like the same amount for
I thought
everything.
it was originally, yeah.
It must have been a long time ago, but they did change it.
Back in my day.
Yeah.
1-0 at the moment, Alliance. 8 minutes in. And, I mean, for me, it's going to be what this Necro can achieve. He's had the farm, he's had the space on the bottom lane. What's he going to be able to offer the team in Milan? Well, he's got a TP on cooldown here, so, I mean, look at the spiderlings go. Look at this.
Alright.
Alright, easy kill, and now the... Oh my god! Oh my... It's so much damage!
Everyone's panicking.
Oh, it's insane! Bruno, have some mercy! I mean, there's no mercy from this man. Oh, there's no mercy here.
I hope nobody watching this is
Oh my goodness, God.
Did you see how fast he was dying when he got hit by all of them at the same time?
It was a magical nuke. The health bar disappeared that quickly. In top lane, they're just going in with the old on to Mitch. There'll be a TP reaction there. We're going to back up. He's going to look for the tower here. It's already a half health as he gets the push on with nuts. But, this is Alliance showing us what happens when you win the lanes.
Well, it's just brood abuse, honestly.
And, Gerta, he's going to be okay. He does have a Sonic Wave, and then he's going to pop it. Won't quite be able to burst down Necro at the same time top lane. Mitch moving in with the Snowball Boy. Gets the kill there. S4 has got himself an invis, trying to set something up. We'd love to find one of these, but there is Excalibur down there as well, so... He's going to play it fairly safely. We're going to see a fairly quick timing on the Orchid here for the Brood.
Yeah. I'd say that Bulldog has had a very solid early game. And the problem that they're going to run into is they don't really have the heroes that are good at dealing with Brood outside of lane.
Talking about problems and running into them, Excalibur.
He just hits him, right?
Nice. Goodbye, Excalibur potentially. Oh, he wasn't picked up by the snowball. Maybe that would have given him some time there. Okay, looking to finish off Excalibur. He's going to bottle up between the DOTs. But it's S4 with a killing spree. As the Tusk gives away his life, Excalibur will just be able to live. 48 HP on the clock.
Alright, so here's your fallback mechanism if you're NLG. You got Grave, you got Duel, you got Reaper Scythe. That should allow you to win some duels and kill heroes, right? Like that's kind of their end. And you have Snowball, so you might not necessarily need Blink to initiate. You can go into the woods with Dust, you can find Bulldog, you should be able to kill him. He doesn't have boots, he doesn't have even Stout Shield, so he does die very quickly. It's just they need to go in force. They can't just bring like this 1 or 2 hero gank thing. You need to bring like 3 heroes, get him out of the woods.
Yeah, he's a very, very scary spider at this point. Bottom lane as well, there's a bit of a wraparound. Garter. That's another +1 here for Lions on the scoreboard. S4 showing us that he can play this crop just as well as Bulldog can. 4 kills at the moment. And it's going to be hard for Knowledge again in this game.
I think hard is maybe an understatement. Like, it's 6-1, and yeah, there was a bigger kill lead from NLG in the previous match, but it's not really the same kind of a lead. They've only gotten 1 tower up until this point as Alliance, and they still have 5,000-6,000, maybe even closer to 7k experience and gold advantage. They need to try to do something. Looks like it's going to be the 5-man Dota strategy here from NLG. I like this play. They got Blink on the Necroforce. They can win a duel. I believe that they can do that.
The duel on the side, if they can knock off one of the cores of Alliance for a good 50 seconds or so, or whatever.
They need to leave with a Snowball or a Shackle. That's the only way. Okay, they got spotted, I think. Yep, there's a ward there. So smoke is broken. Alliance are onto it. That opens up a Shackle.
They allowed them to get the kill. I mean, they did get the Reaper side finish up, but that lockdown was necessary for closing that gap. Nice light strike from Nuts, holds back the majority of the team, and now with a nightmare from Ake.
He just wants damage.
He wants that duel. Poor old Mitch isn't going to find it. But that's a good kill. It is onto S4.
Yep.
Regardless whether they get that final touch or not with the Reaper scythe,
it was fine, honestly.
It's something that they need at this point.
It was not the ideal situation, but they got scouted with the ward because the LC got a little bit too close. And I think that's more than okay for NLG at this point. If they can at least get the tower, they get something. But Bulldog's coming in from the back, Queen's up in 5. Are they going to try to defend this? Looks like they won't.
They've got a Sonic Wave and S4 is TPing in. Do you want to stick around here, NLG? Spartan's going to take a strike to the face. We'll start to back here on the back lines with the Fuse Group onto Excalibur. Now Primo's coming in with the Spiderlings. They'll look for the Sonic Wave. It's a beautiful one to all 5 at the side of NLG. They've lost 2. Gotta try to CBI. He's not going to make it.
Oh my god.
Double kill for Bulldog. Double kill for S4. Oh boy.
Alright.
Just as NLG found a favourable pick-off onto S4, Alliance just show them that they're still very much in control of the pace of this game.
They just overstayed. Like, they snowballed into a tier 2 to get a kill. And that part of it, okay, yeah, you can power shot. You're not putting your Wind Ranger in any immediate danger. But after that, they knew that S4 was going to be reviving soon. And they also knew that Brood's been in their jungle the entire time. You kind of have to expect that he's going to flank. So NLG maybe just getting a little bit too antsy, trying to get something going for them. I guess the tower ends up going down, but it wasn't really a worthy trade, I feel.
And at the same time, Lotus has been chilling all across the map, up on the top lane in the jungle. He's got the Blast, he's nearly got the Necro as well, and they're going to go for Roshan here, and I don't think... Well, it looks like NLG are going to try and do something here, but this is going to be a hard fight.
2 Orchids at 13 minutes.
It's going to be a hard fight for NLG. Mitch is leading in.
Oh.
That's a lot of damage. That's so much damage. Shackle as well. The Reaper's onto Arcade. They're taking out to get the Spider as well. Now Lotus trying to get himself out with the ult, but the Snowball's going to be falling through. And can they get the Soul? They pick everyone up. They can't trap off Loader. But Elias, nonetheless, coming up pretty badly from that fight. Losing 2 heroes. Not getting the Roshan.
My god, that was a big overwhelming odds. It did so much damage. That was completely insane.
Oh, S4?
He doesn't have ulti right now.
No, it's just on... Oh, S4? S4?
What's happening right now? Is this the throws?
Is that a... Alright.
Alright, Wolves are gonna deny it. The Wolves are gonna get it.
No, okay. Oh, yeah, it was good what it done. Alliance taking the final touch there onto the Roshan, but the Aegis nonetheless is still picked up by Excalibur. Now they got a Shackle shot to Nose. Mitch moving in for that, but he gets the jewel up as well. Look at this, there's a 4th kill in quick succession. Bulldog turns up to the party, but he's all alone. He hasn't got any friends, and he has to get himself out of there. And this is some pretty nice bit of action here for NLG. A second fight. They're coming out on top of.
They did not respect the overwhelming odds at all. Like, that one ability put them in this position. Ake pretty much almost died to it when he was inside of the pit. The hero has 1,000 HP, he was at like 20%, just got hit by 1 overwhelming odds because of how many things were inside of the pit. That was just an oversight from Alliance, and I feel they didn't actually have vision over the outside of the pit either when they were doing Roche. Or did they? No, they had 1 ward, but it didn't see that far, so I don't think it actually saw Mitch coming, because otherwise you just orchid that, right? You prevent the damage from coming out, and then you ideally don't get yourself into a position where you're fighting with 3 heroes or 4 below half HP. And then S4, of course, with the casual blink up to high ground feed.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate there for S4. And if he gets shackled here, which they don't look quite aware that he is there at the moment. Yeah, they're going to see that Excalibur's there themselves, so S4 will keep it frosty.
And Admiral Bulldog's true home.
We've seen this before.
We have seen this before.
He loves the Ancients.
And the tier 2 bottom is still alive. That's the running joke. He spent literally 30 minutes here in one of the games that we saw him play last week.
Did they win that game?
No.
No.
They didn't win that game.
Okay.
Actually, wait, did they win that game?
I think they did win that game. I want to say they did win that game.
No, they didn't win.
They didn't win that game.
I was...
Thank you,
right. Yeah.
Dire's tower is under attack.
Alliance not feeling too torn up about what happened. They are smoked up. They're looking for something.
Still got all their 3 cores at the top of the net worth by quite a sizable lead as well when you can compare the Wind Ranger and the Legion.
But that's swing, dude.
It is a hell of a swing.
It is kind of already going back.
But it is still, yeah. Alliance will kind of regain their composure. They're continuing the growth. I was like to be BKB next up for Brood.
Oh.
What's happening?
They're gonna maybe catch up. Oh, it's a dead guy.
Yeah. The Shackle won't latch now, Excalibur. Ooh. They got a light strike. In a couple of seconds.
They can just nightmare him if they need to.
Yeah. Loader's turned up. And,
bad time to take a nap, Steve.
Yep, he's out for the count. Another pick-off for Alliance. And Bulldog, chilling by the Ancients. Making the occasional trip over to the
I think he
bottom
can actually fight this though. Like he's got Orchid, so if he Orchids the LC and just
goes
hits
in?
him, yeah, it's very hard to actually fight that off because you get so much lifesteal from the level 2 Insatiable Hunger. It shouldn't really be too
Mid lane, this man. Potentially a dead man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm Sonic Wave will seal the deal there from S4. Keeping himself in. He may have fluffed up by the Roche pit, but other than that, pretty flawless performance from the boy.
Yeah, he's played a great game. His mid was fantastic.
Yeah. Gets
a solo kill on the Wind Ranger. So Alliance regaining their composure after that little Roshan fight.
There you go, Bulldog. Yeah. And this is even stacking it for him. He's going to be happy about that one. There we go. It's just double ancients for him.
Yummy, yummy. I mean, I know that farming actions is good on Brood because you're pretty much the only one on the team who can do it.
He's getting a lot of farm. He's second on net worth. He's just
very, very farmed.
Yeah.
I think it's funny. That's because the last time we saw this happen, it just ended up like he spent so much time here that it was almost detrimental to the team. But this is an entirely new game, and he is doing great.
He's doing absolutely great. But then again, of course, Energy off the back of the last 2 fights, they're doing a lot better than they were earlier on this game. And it's just going to be all about how they go about playing it from now on. Do they themselves look for the pickoffs, or do they just kind of have to wait for Alliance to come to them and maybe even just wait for another Roche engagement?
Oh, they can get picks.
Okay,
there's no question. Like, we still have yet to see the dual combo really come out. I think the only dual Mitch won was when Lena was shackled to the trees near mid.
Excalibur.
Oh, this could be a great
playing the bait. Yeah.
If they can find a pick from them initiating on Excalibur, that would be great.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Or they can get this
Okay, there's your draw straight up on Take here. That will be 1 kill. Can they move forward and find any more? They find the snowball connection onto Nuts, so they get the stun. No, they don't. Spawn will have to think twice about sticking around here and take a light strike to the face. Laguna as well, but there's the heal from Legion. He's going to be alright. Loader's coming in now. The ultimate. It's going to be that for the time being, yeah.
Oh, dear.
S4's ready to turn it. Cost on the Orchid. Oh, that's nice. Already taken down by the Reaper's side. Will still go down here, almost only by the death post. S4 blinking forward, but he takes the shackle, shows the face. Excalibur on point this time. S4 will go down. That's a quick 2-for-1 there in the mid lane. Bulldog now turning in. Orchid's up Excalibur, has Loader as well. The TP through from Aki. See if he can catch anyone out. Does have a Fiend's grip. It's a bit of scary. Again, another fight that Energy are going to be happy with taking. They'll probably find themselves this tier 1 here in the middle lane as well. And in each of these fights, there's a fair bit of XP and gold swinging back around the way of the Radiant.
It's hilarious because every time nothing's happening, Alliance are getting so much more out of the map, but as soon as NLG take a fight, they just seem to get the better trade. So the graph is just like back and forth. Every time there's a fight, NLG spike. Every time nothing's happening, Alliance get ahead. So it seems like maybe once you get BKBs on Alliance and you're
They saw the death pulse fly up.
But can they even get up there? Yeah, they got Blink.
Alright, let's go for a duel here. Let's see what Bulldog's passing can do in terms of stopping it. Not enough. It's going to be a mega kill for Garter. Excalibur has got an Invis Rune here, but they've got the detects and they've got the Fiend's Grip straight up. There's a snowball coming out. And how did he not pick him up? He couldn't pick him up.
Did you not?
I thought you could.
I thought you could too. I'm wondering if you can't.
Well, Reborn says no. And off the back of that, I mean, Alliance are cleaning up house here. They're forcing Mitch all the way back. And I guess you can't. Unless you just...
Obviously the guy is spam clicking, right? Like, why is he not going into the snowball? So I'm going to give Spartan the benefit of the doubt and say he didn't just misclick for 5 seconds.
No, I mean, I'm pretty sure that Howard the guy means that he was...
that's like a what the hell is happening?
With the fact that he couldn't pick up...
I'll have to mess with that later. If that actually works that way, that makes Bane super good against Tusk, actually. But, yeah, not the greatest. Because normally that just should have been like a straight up save, right?
Yeah, I mean, he ran safe, talking about the snowball, they're going to go in on the bottom. I guess they're going to catch on to S4. A bit of an interesting interaction there. But, I don't know. I'm sure we'll see a thread pop up about it. Yeah, we can all learn something, Andy.
We'll get some
tweets. The Tusk this game.
Dude, that's the great thing about Dota, you learn every day.
You do. And the quickest way to learn is to say something incorrect.
That is also true.
And that's always true on the internet. Always true.
But you have to find out which of the comments in the Twitch chat are actually correct and not just like a bunch of people saying stuff that's still
correct
wrong.
in Twitch chat, Andy.
Alright, there you go.
There we go.
How to increase MMR. Step 1, read Twitch chat.
Well,
Radiant's bottom tower.
Let's see what happens there at the moment. A smoke up from NLG. And he's going to look for something as they try and move around on the ball. He's looking for the catch here with Mitch and his blink. Shiva's now picked up by Necro. They know where Bulldog is, they know where he lives.
He actually does live here.
And they're going to find the kill. Bulldog maybe needs to think about rehousing himself. Because that's a big pick off there. And the courier's going to be fine. S4.
That armor though. I think the plate mail on the courier actually saved it. Well, there was a second negative.
Yes, it was. Yeah, Lycan just took it off, yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty funny actually.
Top plays there from Lance. Intentional, of course. Gem now picked up by Luna. So it's going to be a little bit harder for NRG to control the map as much as they would like to. And with a lineup, you know, that has this catch potential of the Legion and with the Wind Ranger, vision is pretty paramount in this matchup.
Yep, for sure. I mean, it's always important to have vision.
Absolutely.
But when you have blink initiation, especially like
S4?
do they know?
Are they going to pop something up here? No. Okay, he's fine. Go find Nuts though. Alright, it's just getting scattered here. Roshan is going to have a longer respawn time this time around. So 1 minute 40 before that one is back up, and I was saying it earlier, I think both teams at this point are going to be quite content in just waiting for that Roshan performance.
Yeah. I think it's a safe bet for both teams. The one thing that's kind of scary though for NLG is Dota has been completely uncontested. Like, his farm is getting out of control. He's highest net worth. He's got almost 200 CS at 24 minutes. He is doing great. He's working his way towards ace.
Milan. Spartan's throwing the shots in here, but S4 just pops the BKB simply, and he's just going to turn around. The snowball will come out all the way back down the lane, but Loda's there with the chase, ready to start chomping onto Spartan. Garter turns over the Shivas, isn't going to save the Tusk. And there's a Shackle, been thrown out by Excalibur. The Sonic Wave and the blink forward from S4 though. Excalibur's going to go down. It's a triple kill for S4. And NLG falling apart once again in this team fight. And off the back of that, I mean, the pushing power from Alliance, it's certainly a sight for sore eyes.
This is a real bad time to die too, because Roshan's going to be up very, very soon. So Alliance taking the very fortuitous engagement, getting 3 for nothing, all starting off with the Dazzle getting picked off, unfortunately, middle lane. I thought that maybe the Tusk would have been able to live through that, but S4 had other plans. And now it's looking like NLG, they want to try to get something together. They know Roshan's going to be up soon.
Garter. He has got the backup of the Tusk, but at the same time Alliance is their own backup. Laguna Blade onto the Tusk, Fiend's Grip onto the Necrophos.
Alright, well that's Rosh. Or should be. Maybe they just go for more kills? BKB's up soon again on S4.
Yeah, they could just keep up the pressure here now. The 2 heroes down, it is 50 seconds on the clock for Necro.
Yeah, they have plenty of time to actually kill this and go get Roshan.
I mean, we've already seen the power of Loda's pushing potential. With that Necro book upgraded, and the fact he is closing in on the AC, I believe that was a hyperstone on the courier at the moment for Diet. Yep. So he's getting that. And as we can see, the graph starts to tail back off in favour of Alliance. Tier 2 down. Now they maybe look to go for Roche as you suggested. We'll see if NLG do decide to contest it. It is going to be hard though without that Necro.
Yeah, they need Necro real bad. Like, the difference between having the Reaper Scythe for the duel and not having it is just... You can almost start a fight 4v5 if you get the combo off properly. And the Roshan is going to die so quickly that even if they waited for him to revive, it would not have been in time, because they don't have a tier 2 to teleport on. Lord's even try to kill the courier with the wolf. Just so many plays happening right now from Alliance.
Okay, they're going to try and go for it, but I don't know if they're going to get there in time. Roshan's already down, they found it. And now it might be Alliance, they just jump onto the side of NLG. Spartan's got to get himself out. S4 blinks down to the high ground. Spartan will be able to get his blink away. Mitch looking for the TP out with a shallow grave. It's going to make it, nothing to cancel it. S4's moving forward for more. At the same time, Loda trying to chase me out, but a lovely charge from the Tusk holding back the side of Alliance.
That was really nice.
Is in fact going to save pretty much the entirety of the team there.
Not going to save... Oh, what? He gets the Aegis?
Alrighty.
What a player.
And he's going to try and walk it off here with a shallow grave, and he might just make it. The Shackle didn't latch. No, it didn't latch. Oh, that watchery. How could he not latch? Oh, Steve. Fortune was not on his side today, Andy.
How did that not latch? I am so confused right now.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That tree was like, that looked almost straight
That
up.
tree was just taunting Steve.
Not 25 degrees confirmed by source 2. Thank you.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
This time, Chuckle won't connect, but the focus fire doing a fair bit of damage. The Fiend's Grip goes straight onto Excalibur. The Laguna Blade as well. They throw out a Reaper's Sup, but it does nothing to Ake. Sitting at full health. Mitch is getting chomped down by the spiders. Garth's got to get himself out as BKB comes out from border as he moves in. There's a buyback here on that Legion Commander. Alliance playing it safely, getting back. The Ice Shard's catching all 4 of them. S4 will blink himself out. Loda incredibly low here. The duel onto Lycan finds himself a kill. They'll look for Ake as well, and now the Shackle will latch onto Bulldog. He's stuck to the tree. He'll go down as well. The snowball forward, a 3rd kill here for the side of NLG. And they want to get more. They should be able to find it with a shot, so they do. Double kill for Spartan on the Tusk. And NLG there with a pretty much perfect defense there at the base. Did cost them the buyback, of course, on the Legion, but look at that. Is worth it every time.
That is super worth. Alright. So they just had the base dive syndrome instead of just slowly hitting the racks. Like they were getting into tier 4 territory. Bulldog was really far in and just not respecting the potential buyback coming out from NLG. That's just a little bit of hubris from Alliance, I feel. It's not really something that you have to fully commit to, and I would also attribute a lot of that to S4 losing his Aegis before they even started pushing the base. I think he got heal bombed on a creep wave. I think that's how he died. Because other like, how else do you die as Queen versus Dazzle? But
Middle tower.
very nice turnaround there from NLG. They get a tower out of it on top of it, so...
I mean, can they stick around for more here, or do they still have to be very respectful of the power of Alliance?
It's still kind of scary for them. They're going to get some chip damage here. They know they forced out a glyph, so they might be feeling like if they get one good initiation, they can just go for a Rax themselves. They have dual backup. Garter has Reaper. It just depends on how confident they're feeling. They could fake back and just go for a kill.
I mean, I might just do that. He's popped down a sentry here.
The wolf scouted them.
Okay, coming through the shards again, very nice, but it's not going to stop the Fiend's Grip reaching over there from Ake. Milan getting low, he's got the shallow grave. Will be okay. And now here comes the charge. Lotus put the ultimate, they'd love to try and catch someone out here. And they're all grouped up on the high ground. Alliance will see this is Shivas from Garter holding back Loda. But the will still continue to chase. Bulldog closing the gap here as he moves across the webs, and now knows. Looks for a stun. Is he going to be able to find it? And it looks like NRG will be forced all the way back to the base, but they will keep their lives intact as they make it back safely.
Yeah, they're not losing anything. That's the important part. Like, Roshan's already dead. They got chip damage. They made him use the glyph. They got the tier 2. They won an amazing team fight off of a buyback from the LC. The last 5 minutes or so have gone amazingly well for NLG given their position. I feel like Alliance are actually giving them a lot of room to come back in this game. Because when you make mistakes like that, LC's a hero who can carry ultra hard late game. You get enough duel wins, you're going to get healed for a ton whenever you get a moment of courage proc. You can already dispel the Fiend's Grip. We saw that being utilized by Mitch in the last team fight, making sure that Milan didn't end up dropping there. And just the pathing that they took to get back to base, there are not many places where Ice Shards completely blocks off a Lycan. And they like intentionally run in that way to make sure that they can get the block off so they don't get chased down and lose anyone. That was actually a very nice retreat from NLG, and they are going to smoke now. They're looking to try to make something happen.
And at the moment, what are we seeing? We're seeing Ake at the moment by the side shot, but the arrows are getting drawn just straight towards the tier 2, maybe hoping to find someone in the dire jungle. Alliance themselves are wrapping around. It's going to be very interesting what kind of movement these guys make, because they might come in on the back. Oh! Okay, there's the...
He's by himself. He needs to run.
He's thinking about running back in. Okay, at the same time, Ake gets chilled, so they find the Bane kill, but if they lose Excalibur, that is not going to be worth. Wind Ranger down for the Bane, and Alliance aren't done yet. Milan's got to TP himself out. S4's found Spartan. Spartan knows this is the time to get the hell out of there. Everyone else has. He's going to look for the TP out. Can they kill him in time? Yes, they can. They didn't even need the Sonic Wave. Double kill for Loda. Has a beautiful control there of his zoo. His army of minions gets himself a second kill.
I wonder if there was some kind of miscommunication there, because NLG were very spread out. Like for a smoke, they were not anywhere near each other when that fight was about to break off. I don't know if he was going for like... No, he couldn't have gone for a rune, right? Because it wasn't even the right time in game. So yeah, that one's very curious to me, why Excalibur was off on his own. He did have a double damage in his bottle, but it did get popped, I think, while he was in the grave. But either way, very nice for Alliance getting those picks. I think he could have also very easily lived if he just didn't use his wind run and BKB separately. So here's the thing, if you pop BKB and you wind run together, the only thing that can stop you from TPing is a Fiend script. And Ake wasn't there, he was dead. So he could have just casually TP'd out, but instead, he uses his wind run at a very early stage, and then BKB is assuming he can TP out after that, but the physical damage from the team actually killed him. It wasn't even a matter of like getting bursted, he just got right-clicked to death.
And in terms of right-click from Alliance, it's there's a lot of it with the AC now loader. But it looks like Alliance just trying to regain some vision here on the right-hand side of the map. They're full staff now on the Luna. Bulldog just sitting on the bottom. It looks like they're all bumping into each other here, just towards the left as Ake just got eyes there onto the Wind Ranger. Doesn't really have to follow up. Bulldog not quite in the vicinity to go for it. Elias just playing a very careful game. At this point, Elias just making sure that all lanes are constantly pushed in, so that they know that off the back of one good fight, they've got a very good chance of breaking the high ground, taking the tier 3 in the racks in the lane.
It's the way I think that they should continue to play. They've given a lot away to NLG in the last like 10-15 minutes in the way of fights. It just seems like they always get over aggressive. It's very weird, like they dive the base, they force engagements that might not necessarily favor them. I just feel like in these types of situations, if you play the slow game, it is very hard for you to lose. If you're in Alliance issues, that is.
Garter does have that money for the Aghanims, but potentially just wanting to hold on for that buyback gold as well at this point on the Necro. 4.1k in his bank.
If he has Aghanims though, like this is the thing about Necrolite too.
Yeah.
If you get to this stage in the game, you get a nice Reaper on a core, you're dead for like 90 plus seconds. That is ample time to be able to get base damage done, you know? Like the first time you do it, you might have to go through a glyph, which is annoying, but it's still, like you get it on the Lycan, you get it on the Brood, S4, any of them, doesn't matter. It's still great. It's going to be much harder to do to S4 though, as he does have Lincolns. And if he's on his A game, and he sees somebody get dueled, he can always Lincolns them and hope that they're not, like, it gets eaten by the Reaper.
Yeah,
right?
the Lincolns
ideal
is going to be
situation.
huge. It's pretty much going to all be about the Reaper game when it's trying to go for the
They do have a Glimmer as well, so
yeah,
that can be helpful.
Alliance are playing it safe, by the looks of it. They want to wait for Roshan. Roshan is going to be around the corner fairly shortly. So, getting the Aegis, and of course that will be the choose as well now at this point, won't it? They'll have that for the next push, so just holding on for that one. Bulldog scouting out for the guys. Push it. Look at these spiders. Easy lane push. And top lane, in fact, S4 is getting hungry. He's getting hungry for some blood. And they ran. Oh, okay. No, it's gonna be fun.
And this is nice by Alliance, so they're just constricting NLG inside of their base. They're taking away the map control. They gave the gem to S4, realizing that he is by far the hardest person to kill, and can also do his own D-warding. So they have one Observer Ward up on the side of NLG. It is on the other side of the map, so not too helpful at this point. Pretty much just says, alright, we know they're not farming their woods, because they're farming ours, and we can't really do much about it.
I think that is, Roshan's back up now. So here's the go.
This is free.
Yeah.
Bulldog can just solo if he wants. Oh, that's a double Lincolns, and a fresh BKB on Lycan as well.
Alright, this is certainly going to be go time for Alliance when they get this Aegis and cheese. This is going to be a very hard defense for the side of NLG.
Yeah, no doubt.
We'll see how it goes down. Alright, S4 takes the Aegis. And there we go. This is the time to go. Bulldog's got the cheese, and already we can see Alliance making a movement towards the spawning lane. S4 leading the way. Sigil trying to get some intel for the side of NLG, but at the end of the day just ends up giving some money for S4's bank. 3.1k gold on this quad. And NLG, I mean, we have seen them do it. They did manage to defend early on, but there's a lot more for them to worry about this time around when Alliance coming with the push.
The double Lincolns actually hurts them so much, because they're relying very heavily on things like Shackle, Reaper, Scythe, and Duel. Like, that is a lot of their teamfight contribution already that they have to think, okay, we need to coordinate all of our abilities on one hero, we need to make sure that they land, and can we get anything out of it after the abilities have landed already, because we have to worry about, like, look at Loda. 2,500 health, 27 armor.
Are fortified.
He does have weave on. Gotta always be careful for that.
Dire's top tower is under
Sparrow going forward with the shards. We'll actually block off Loader here, but Loader gets first off to cross. They want to make sure that they don't lose this Lycan. And Alliance now, just keeping it cool, keeping it safe. And actually going to be TPing out here, so just contending, keeping all the lanes pushed in. But it very much has kind of slowed the pace of this game down now, as it is at that point where one big fight and we could be seeing the end of the game coming around the corner.
Yeah. I mean, just look at how Loda is playing this game, right? Like, there are wolves on Garter and Mitch right now. So the two highest priority heroes that he has to worry about are being scouted constantly. So if they smoke, they're gonna know. Unless, you know, the wolves die. And then they won't know. But that just depends on the timing of it, I suppose. But this is stuff that you should always do when you're Lycan. You should always be looking for information. The wolves increase your farm at a negligible rate. You always want to be looking at where the enemy team is, give your team that information, and then play based off of that. But Alliance are obviously still in a great spot. NLG, they got some plays left in them. They have fought in very bad situations before and come out ahead. They've shown that time and time again today.
So, I'm just going to have a bit of a hold on here. 1 minute. We'll hold them to that one. But it's a hard game for NLG. It is a hard game for NLG.
Start counting.
Start counting.
No, we're not doing that. Too old for that shit, Shiver. Come on now.
Come on, Shiver. Step it up.
She doesn't know.
But, yeah. I mean, NLG, what a day they've had. A very eventful one. A couple of wins, did they 2-0 Empire? They did, didn't they?
They did, yes.
That felt like a long time ago. It wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't that long. I mean, one of the games was relatively short, actually, for speaking frankly. I think this is a great experience for NLG, like being in the Dream League, because they get to play against some of the better teams. They actually beat Empire. I wouldn't say super badly, but, you know, the first game was kind of one-sided, right? Yeah. Like, it wasn't super close. Second game was a lot closer. They still ended up edging him out. This series, they dropped one to Alliance. Alliance have been looking more on form as of late, so I don't really think there's any shame in that. It's fantastic practice for them. They've shown that they can at least fight with the best of the best. And even if they end up losing this game, I think they're pretty happy with today.
No, I think they've had a very good day. A very good day indeed. Especially kind of looking at what people's expectations was to be of the side. But this game, maybe going to be a hard one to look to kind of end the day with a bang for the side of NLG. Yeah. Alliance they're bringing their A game, and NLG are certainly suffering because of it.
Well, we can confirm one thing for today, that is Shane was right about the 16-hour peak.
No, that's right.
S4 has played a pretty damn good series of games. I get the nod of approval.
Look at that, 15 kills, 3 deaths, 6 assists. I mean, I'm sure Bulldog will be berating him for the fact that in the first game, Bulldog didn't die as many times as the co-op, but S4 this game has certainly got more kills. Always good to Mitch. Loader's moving in, this as well. Here we go. The BKB from Loader, they can't stop this wolf. They found one. Now they move on to Mitch as well. This is going to be the second kill here for the side of Elias. They will be able to get it. Excalibur out there with the TP. But 2 heroes taken down. There is a buyback available on Mitch on his Legion. Garter's just pushing out the spawn wave. And already there's the buyback. Forced out straight away. They've realised that they've got to have the full 5-man. At least what they can get of it to hold the defense here, because Alliance's push is going to be absolutely terrifying.
This is a very scary push to try to stop. Even with the offensive weave, yeah, you're going to hit him a bit harder, and Excalibur needs to be careful. Jeez. I think he killed the Necro Book at the same time he got Orchid. That was a little bit scary.
Here we go. Shaka gets thrown out by S4 with the Linkers. Is going to be fine anyway. The Shaka won't latch. It's just pressing down the wave. Bulldog sends the Spiders back up to tier 3 incredibly low, and the Spiders will get sent in to finish it. They find the tower. There's just a question from Alliance moving for the racks. Excalibur's still trying to find the Shackles. The ult coming out from Loader. He's actually going to look for a bit of a rat potentially in the mid lane. Orchid gets dropped down onto Spartan. He'll get purged off here by the Legion.
Nice Orchid.
Doesn't get a chance for that draw, and now S4 with a Sonic Wave. His multiple units, and now it goes Loader. The Shadow Grave will be out down the Tusk. Excalibur trying to stand his ground with the BKB in the focus fire, but he just can't. There's Lincoln's on Loader. And NLG's just really struggling to find a position. Loader says, screw this, I'm popping the BKB and I'm hitting the racks. So S4's going to go to the top.
He's still silenced on the LC.
They just can't do anything to stop this. That's going to be a full set of ranks for Alliance on the bottom lane, and as much as NLG are trying, it's a very hard fight. S4! Lincolns. Oh, okay.
Every time Lincolns.
It's going to be back for round 2. There's a draw on some nuts here, so they'll lose the Lina. They might lose more as well. S4 has the BKB. He's just going to take Milan in tow. Ake will get taken down there. S4 trying his best to clean up. He's loved to find Excalibur, and he will. Double kill here for the quad. Bulldog's still hanging around. But S4 getting fairly low here. As the Lincolns pops onto him by Bulldog. We're going to just walk back in here. Bulldog's ready with the chase down, and now with the order. And now the fact the Loader's coming in. He's also got a DD rune as well. Garter is going to die to a couple of slashes there for Loader. And now Mitch as well. Pops the blade now, trying to turn the focus fire, bringing Loader incredibly low here. But Bulldog just continues to munch on Mitch. S4 jumps in with the burst damage, and now Excalibur, the last of his kind. He's going to go down as well, and GG is called. Alliance take the second game of the series. In what did take them a lot of time in the end, but they always had it in the bag. Loader with an insane amount of farm, and the lineup itself just worked really nicely against what NLG had this game.
I'm really wondering a couple of things this game in terms of lanes for NLG. What if they just put LC bottom instead and just prioritize Mitch's farm over the Necrophos? Because what did they have top? They had Lycan, and then I suppose the Bane and the Lina were there, but if you just go aggro with the Necro lane and then just do a 1v1 as LC Brood. Sure, Bulldog has shown that he can win that matchup, but I still feel like you're giving Mitch a better start. And I think the biggest issue they were having is after a while, it's very hard for the LC to actually get openings because he didn't have BKB. He was getting like chain silenced at the end of the game. He literally could not do anything. Like he goes in, Milan and him both get orchided, the Dazzle dies, right? And then you can't duel anymore because you can't win. And then because the early game, Admiral Bulldog had a great time. He got to level 3 very quickly, he took over the jungle, he was pretty much just killing anyone that came into his territory for some time. I think that start kind of put NLG just too far behind to really recover from, because Alliance's lead didn't really grow too much after that point, you know? Like they kind of tapered off for a while, kind of even off. They took some fights, and NLG actually won a couple of them, but after like that Roshan, then it was just like, alright, well, now we gotta fight into BKBs and 2 Lincolns and Aegis Cheese. It was just too much.
It was too much indeed for NLG Gaming, but as we said, they won one series today, they lose one series today. Empire lose one series today, Alliance win one series today. So fair play to every team that was involved in today. That is it for today in terms of Dota 2 for myself and Drasko. But don't go anywhere, because we are going to go over to the panel for some top-notch insight. But for myself and Andy, we'll see you tomorrow for some more casting of the Dota 2 video game.